All right. Good afternoon, separate traders. Welcome on back here this Thursday afternoon, January 25th. Great to see all of our students and members alike inside our live trading room. Got Brian, Kathleen, Bill, Phil, Grant, Leda, all of our students and members alike just joining us right now, or rejoining us, might I say. So great to have all of them there. Great to have all of you back otherwise on social, Facebook Live, at LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. I think that you'll have me throughout the remainder of this week tagging in for Fausto in the morning session. Well, you pretty much always got me here for the afternoon. So at Cyber Trading You, just be a friend, tell a friend, just on social. Always look to hit the subscribe button, follow button, and look to spread the good word of what we teach here, and that's following the big money. So heading into the afternoon here, it's been pretty interesting with the market pulling back just slightly. Nothing really too major happening. Just little pullback heading into the early to mid afternoon. I guess even just now, a small little bounce back up. Lower highs, lower lows. That's been the theme so far, but I mean, honestly, in terms of the market, nothing really too much to write home about. Broke all-time highs just earlier this week. Just obviously seeing a little profit taking here and there, but maybe even bounce up higher into the close, perhaps. You can't rule that out. Now, hey, there's a couple of trades that are moving really well here at this time. So, just talk about a couple here that I've been mentioning and in right now on the AMSC. This one is just more of a level 4 or 5 stock in terms of how we kind of categorize them of volatility as far as easy, difficult. This is not easy. I mean, hell, no trade is ever really that easy. But more or less, it's just to say for this one here, it's not one that I'd recommend for a brand new student joining us. Nonetheless, for someone like Phil or Kathleen, one of our longtime students of C2, been with us for a number of months or otherwise years on end, and you know what to look for in an entry and exit, support, resistance, and at least here you can see on my screen at least the lines I plotted, have been holding really well. Now, if you recall earlier this morning, it's not showing there now on the NASDAQ book viewer, so I'm not going to just bring that up just once again. I did earlier, though, and we caught it earlier in the morning, but at 9 o'clock, we saw this earlier on just level 3 on the NASDAQ book viewer front. But we ended up seeing this rather large iceberg for about 14,000 shares showed up just smack in the middle of when I was doing the meeting. And it was on level 3 on the NASDAQ book viewer. Here, this is level 4. So just making do with what time I have right now with you folks. But at 1490, I think it was set at, it was about a 14 plus thousand share sell order. And that's where I was saying, hey, and don't hold your breath waiting for that move. But just the more this makes higher lows and moves up, pops, perhaps there's a better chance over time, maybe the morning, otherwise, perhaps the afternoon. And had a nasty drop earlier today, the likes of which I would just likely just move on and not really revisit the stock. But over time, as I'm kind of sifting through my book map, I realized it was failing to break lower. It was moving back up then over time. This was at like 11 o'clock, 11:30. And obviously from there since, well, it's been pushing back up well. So yeah, I'm going to add this to our watch list here. American Superconductor. Just once again, be careful of this trade back from August or September time it was last year. Pop and drop, right? So just be mindful of that. We had called it out off of 1192, 12 level, kind of that combination there. I have 1192. And then really this combination of resistance is next. And then the more that we could push up, perhaps we can get closer. I sloppily put the line at 86. It's at 90. It should be at 1490, kind of right there, heading into the close. So AMSC looking good. Let's just go right from top to bottom now. We do have class lined up this afternoon, continuing on with the phase 2 stock course. So Rich, I appreciate you right there reposting that link as soon as I started this meeting for all of our students, gold, platinum, diamond. You have access to that coming up. Now, hey, really quick, but before I go through, I just got to do my spiel here. We have a bunch of new trial members joining us. 2 very important pieces of housekeeping here, just as we go through. We said this from the morning, but just as a new trial member, we respect all experience you have coming into, CTU, just testing our little room out for the week. But this is a different sport if you're not familiar with day trading. So, last thing that we want you to do is to be risking real money as you're in, this room for the week, just testing us out. Hey, right place, wrong time. You don't know how to manage the trade after. It could be pretty deadly. Last thing we want to have happen is for you to lose money. So you got to learn before you could earn there. But otherwise, though, if you wanted to learn more about our classes and more about our curriculum, this is a paid class for our students that are already with us. But just make sure that you talk to your education advisor. They'll be able to break down what's ahead after your 7 days with us here. But there's a lot of education that comes with this trial. Each and every Tuesday, we host a live workshop Traders Talk. You have access to the recorded version of that just from this past Tuesday. Got access to the live version coming up in just a few days' time from now. And yeah, with that said, what we'll do is go from top to bottom here, see what we could add. I'll tell you what, I was just about to take a sip of water. I made the same damn mistake I made, I think it was just yesterday. Oh, man. All right, well, let's see what we can grab here in due time. But RVSN, wow, what a push once again this thing's making. I didn't even see this until just now. So normally for a stock like RVSN, makes a pop, makes a drop, that's it. We're done, especially for something lower float. But man, this ended up once again. It held it once earlier here after the pop at 11:30, but just now once more holding support off past resistance from pre-market and from after the market opened up right around 760-ish, 770, and beautiful dollar move back up here once again. So I could add this to our list, right? But you know what? I'll come back to this by the end of this all. By the end of this meeting, I'll let you know on this one here. But it's low float. This could be the second win type of move where it just dumps immediately back down after I finish up here, and we'll come back to it and give it a second look. All right. PCSA, this is typically what happens. These low float stocks, up and down. That's it. Up and down, that's it, just like here on LVTX. This is more flat, but I think you catch my drift. KOD, ooh, Kodiak, nice gap fill. Beautiful gap fill, in fact. Wow, nice little pump since like really 12 o'clock or so, even earlier, I guess you could say, but had missed out on this trade. Didn't really call this one out as much. Actually, the most recent one I had made mention of is the stock C4. And it hasn't really done much since I'd called it out. So I'll tell you what, I wish I went to KOD first. Yeah, KOD, hopefully there's more room left on this gap fill. I'll definitely add this to our watch list here. Nice, find for right now. All right, what else we got here? ADCT. Not really feeling it. Order book pretty skimpy. Got to see a lot more than that, honestly. American Airlines, well, this has all the orders that you want to see. So American had a beautiful move earlier this morning. It was on our watch list, day trading morning watch list here earlier today. But this plays off levels so nice. 15, 1525, under and over just here, but that was past resistance. And then now 1550, generally speaking, it's holding underneath 25-cent levels. Simple as that. Just even with it pulling back down right now, even here, just making a double top, you can call it. I don't mind just putting this on our watch list here, giving it just one last shot to see if it can make a higher high. All right, Greg. Groupon got kind of light volume on that trade, really, and just maybe it could pop over time here. It looks like it's in some consolidation on the daily chart. MREO, not much happened really there. Cutter. All right, we're going to pass on everything else here, at least for right now. We got three good ones, though. AMSC, KOD, and American Airlines, right? Probably add Tesla to our watch list, too, at least for the afternoon, just on the losers list here. So just kind of go from top to bottom. All right, so right away, TSLL number 7. That's an ETF, but it's actually 1.5 times leveraged, where it ends up making a more volatile, bigger move up and down percentage-wise slightly compared to Tesla equity. So Tesla equity down obviously 12% today. This is down 18%, the ETF. So of course I'll add both like I did from the morning session. TSLA, TSLL. All right, that's simple. No, really quick, just to brush back on Tesla stock. $5 levels, at least on this one. Looks like it may have just got stopped out for a small loss on that C4 trade right there, but otherwise, well, I just said before that wasn't going anywhere just before. Yeah, Tesla holding over 180 for the time being, and hey, it's just as volatile as it is coming off news. It's hard for us to not put this on our watch list, right? So if you trade the options on it, you probably traded it earlier. Well, hey, if you got your butt whooped earlier on them, I probably wouldn't want to go back to it again, to be transparent. We're looking to make more educated decisions with our money. And if you weren't really figuring out the levels well enough on Tesla earlier, then let's find a different stock, right? Now, If you killed it earlier on Tesla, then you know who you are. Then you obviously focus on this trade for you. So that's kind of how I'm going to play it. It's going to be on our main list either way for today, kind of just given the special earnings that came out last night. And if anything, maybe you could just try and practice just on one share, as we always say, as Fausto typically says. Boyle down big today, but nothing really as noteworthy. Maybe I could put it on our list if it was trending down at this point lower, but all right, American Superconductor about to blast this resistance right now. It seems, folks, it's at like 1293, getting pretty close. So I like what we got here for the afternoon. It's not like we have a bad list. It's actually pretty much like a grade A watch list, at least here for right now. So if there's anything else looking good up or well, perhaps down with the market, just type it in the chat board. Just let me know. Sam asking about HUT, HUT. Yeah, this one actually, I don't know if I skipped over. Got a lot that's technically up today with the market a little bit down, but yeah, HUT number 21 on the gainer side there. Good find. I like it. How could I not like it, right? And just right at the highs. Definitely would have put this on our list if I saw it myself. That's why we ask, right? And appreciate that there, Sam. John in and out on AMSC. Cool. Let's see what else we got here for the time being. See if there's any other trades for right now. We'll go through Benzinga Pro. Rich, if you want to post the book map, if you can, post level 4 for AMSC. Here the PCSA, it's not really doing anything. Just saw it from before that one, PCSA, and that's even lower float. Trended down too much, I think, for my liking. Too far away from the highs. All right, going once, going twice. I think that's just going to do it here, folks. Hey, that's fine by me. I don't have any other stocks that we've kind of skipped over or missed on just yet. So we got 2, we got 4, we got 6 stocks to work with here heading into the afternoon. So, hey, listen, I know most of us are going to be in class coming up with me. Phase 2, we got that lined up talking all about setting stops, taking profits. You know, huge tip. I got off a coaching call with one of our students earlier today, new gold students, and they did not know that you cannot set a stop order in the pre-market, folks. Please, just because there are stocks moving in pre-market and you might see some people up early in the chat board chit-chatting, you cannot set a stop order in the pre-market. No one can. You can't do it. Your brokerage, no brokerage allows it. So that is where we just say, hey, just you got to learn how to use limit orders, right? Can't even use a market order. So for students like John or Martin, Phil, say, you got to make sure that you know how to set stops, and you got to make sure you know how to use them during the regular hours, obviously, to manage trades. Before we want you to learn how to trade pre-market on a regular size position on actual shares, you got to learn how to do it during regular hours, right? From Philip here, one of our trial members saying, keep an eye on DWAC. RNC may announce Trump as the presumptive nominee. So speculation is one thing, right? If there was anything in the news right now, then obviously we'd see the reaction already. You know, right now, we're not even going to bother right now, Philip. We traded this already last week into this week. We killed it on this trade. We like this stock. It's volatile. If anything, the order book kind of sucks. It's just the order book is very thin. That's my only gripe on it. But don't get caught trying to fall in love with any one trade over a period of time. And that's where I say that for anybody here, right? But here, DWAC, hey, when that news happens, or if there's more speculation that's to be discussed, you know, if it's on like major media outlets, like rumored, hey, we'll see the reaction here on this stock. So we'll call it out from that point. We made like 15 points on this trade back from a couple days ago when we called it out from support at 41 or 40 to 41, moved up to 55, 56. Insane trade. Trust me. When this stock moves, we want to follow it. It ain't moving yet. Trust me. So for now, we will pass. But we appreciate it. It's good thought. It's very good thought. But that's where it can really kill you if you fall in love with that thought and aren't as focused on the price action here, right? All right. So, hey, with that, we appreciate it. Keep the chat going, though, folks, for all of us here. Otherwise, Rich will be on the mic in just about 15 minutes for all of you. And then for my students here, gold, platinum, diamond students of CTU, please, I look forward to joining you folks in class in just a bit. I'm actually going to join a bit early, set up, do a little extra commentary on the old mic here. So, I always like to do that for phase 2 in particular for the afternoon classes, just when I finish up this meeting, right, like, hey, what am I going to do otherwise? I'm going to probably stretch my legs, refill up on water, come back, and Hey, I'm setting up for class. So I'll be in the classroom, folks, in just a little bit. Little extra commentary before we start class. At least here, we'll follow the market together. I look forward to it. Best of luck trading for those of us not joining me, though, folks. Take care.